people call them different things. Tag, monsters, victim. If you're going high, bro, the legacy of past sins. Those are the Twilights. Hello guys, I'm Handy and I'm here to review Volume 1 of Gangsta by Kosuke. So yeah, Gangsta, this volume of Gangsta, it's pretty much introduction to the characters, the world, the story, and what can you expect from Gangsta. And pretty much it's an action mafia manga for now. Like, this is what this first volume is, and pretty much we get introduced to the characters. You know, Nicholas, Warwick, Alex, Captain Tad, Cody, and Nina and Theo. Those are the main focus of this volume and what interaction are with them. And it actually starts off like straight off of the bat with we see Alex get beaten up by a dude that later on is going to be killed by Nicholas and Warwick because of their job and that. And they're in the city that called, let me just a second because I don't know how to pronounce the name of the city because it's so like so yeah, 1 second. Egra Stulem, something like this. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the city, but it's pretty much it's a city full of mobs and that, you know, mobs are around the city and that the cops are corrupted, everybody is stealing, that killing, it's very bloody and that. But in a whole, let me talk about the characters first. Let's talk about Alex. Alex is a former pastor to actually get saved by Nicholas and Warwick, but at the beginning she was supposed to be killed too because of the job that they were given, but Warwick wanted to live. And that, so she go with them, with the group. She now part of the group, living with them, and she's pretty much like she's us. She's the reader. Like she doesn't know about the city, the rules, what are these people, the mobs and that. So she's us. She's her purpose, her character in this volume. It's like a bystander to see what is actually is this city and what are those people. Yeah, pretty much that is Alex, and then we got those two. First of all, let's talk about Nicholas. Nicholas is a very interesting character because first of all he is deaf. So, and I think it's the first time actually in the manga saw a character's death, and it's pretty much cool to see this because it's not what you see in anime, and that is a badass, so because it's a seinen mob, so the main characters, one of the main characters have to be a badass in this, and Nicholas is pretty much it, and I really like it because he's like focus, job, and that's my goal. But in this volume, you actually kind of see that he have a past. Like, there is foreshadowing, which I'll talk about later. But you see that the Nicholas was a part of a group that pretty much are those Twilights, the tags and that. And he like was a former mercenary or something, because what you're saying that Twilight while they're on a job that pretty much, yeah, he was a former member of that. So it's pretty much telling us that he somehow managed to get out of this group, which if you know about mobs and that, it's pretty much impossible to go and escape from mercenaries bands and that. So that actually is interesting me a bit. And then we got which is like Alex right now. He's actually also a male pastor that actually is doing his real job. He's a real prostitute, and he's like the cool guy, funny guy. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm cute, and then I'm handsome, so you know, I take this life in easy. But also again, in this forum, it's actually telling us that he had a bad past with somehow connecting to us from Nicholas that there were kids. Like it's even been saw in the title that his family is being killed, like it was in the newspaper, and but of course when Alex is saying that to him, he's like, nope, it's not me. No, it actually was one of his clients that actually told them that he looked like the kid from 20 years ago from the article that his family was killed. And I think he lied because they are pretty much the same. And he had the dream. And he had the dream that his face, like he saw his dad killed, and then he saw the back of Nicholas as a kid. So it pretty much it about those three main characters, and then we got all the side characters of this volume. We got Big Mom that she actually own a strip club, a prostitute club called Pussy something. I don't really care about it a bit for the place, but it's a strip club. And she's actually a family member of the Koretica family. That we also know the leader of the family, which is called Monroe. Let me Monroe something. Monroe, and then. And that's pretty much it. They're like the family, the family members, and then I've really focused on it in this volume about it. And we also know some cops like Inspector Atkins and or like how Nicholas and what we call him Chad. And Cody is like his sidekick or something. He's like his assistant, and then we have Theo and Nina, which they actually are doctors, and the doctors, and Nina is a nurse, and pretty much like Nina, she's a bit more close to Nicholas. Like you can see that they have that brother-sister relationship, like they care about each other, but I don't know how much long they know each other. So yeah, so let me talk about the Twilights. The Twilights are like those guys who wear the tags. As you see, Nicholas is actually one of them. He's actually wearing those tags, and pretty much Twilights are these guys who've been a failure in some drug test or something like that. They're basically now a different race. Like they actually call them a different race, and they're actually more stronger and faster than human himself, and can endure more more pain. And you actually see that these Twilights have actually a rank system of power. Like Nicholas have that tag that it's like AO, and then he is like facing a guy that his tag is like BO. Let me just find that page. Oh, yeah, as you guys can see right here, like you see Nicholas showing his tag like AO. So I don't know how they ranking it's probably a power level ranking, like this guy was the other Twilight. He said like he said like before he actually fought him, he's like, oh shit, is it oh what the fuck. So and he was busy, so like that was his tag said that he's a busy. So I'm probably thinking that if your first letter is like A, B or C, so you probably are strong, but this guy was a busy in this volume. He was completely annihilated by Nicholas. Like 20 minutes, like Nicholas just having fun with them, and pretty much dead. And there is some the discrimination towards Twilight. I don't know why, but people in the city don't really respect Twilight, because there was some prostitute that when Nicholas and Alex and Rory actually came to Big Mom to Big Mom place to get something. There was some prostitute who said to her, yo man, fuck this Nicholas guy, you know we actually pretty much will die someday like the others. So I really interested in that, but of course Warwick was pissed, and then he actually lost his cool a bit. But it's really interesting because something happened after this drug experiment failed. Like something happened, and somehow, don't know why, probably some of the Twilight actually escaped or something like this. And we actually see in the last few pages of this volume that there's some group that actually killed the guy that Nicholas almost beat up. So and they actually pretty much says, oh, you all Twilight, there is so many of you from where we can get so many likes of you. So I wonder how this whole happened, like all those Twilight things, how it all came about. That is really interesting. But now let me talk about the art. The art is good but not great, because like when it's like focusing on the character faces and expression is good, but when it's actually back off and then you see like those characters from very far and the faces aren't very clear sometimes. But I do get it, it's a first volume in there, so and it probably will get better in the next volumes, but that, and pretty much, yeah, this is the whole volume of Gangsta. I would say it's cool story, and I think I will get more volumes after I've seen the whole anime, which I don't know, because the anime is like setting up the chapters a bit different, like in the episode, but I don't know, it's a pretty cool manga. It's a pretty cool manga, really interesting. And first of all, Nicholas is a really unique character, not because he's deaf, but because, well, it's also because of that, but it's like how we interact with this world that is pretty much like pretty much not fit to him, but he's good at what he does, and then that kill people, and then he emotes with that. So that is pretty cool. Anyway guys, tell me what you thought of the first volume of Gangsta, and you know what to do. Comment, rate, subscribe, and like the video as always. I'm Moisey, and have a good day.